towards the just generic conversation. Is it better to take the third option on a really good offense, or sometimes the first or second option on a not so great offense? And that's the conversation that we have next with Tyler Boyd, who, as you mentioned, could very well be maybe a one on some other teams. Chicago Bears, who we reviewed yesterday, that's a good example of a team. Maybe Boyd would be their best receiver. Maybe Jacksonville too. But Boyd is the third option in Cincinnati. If any of the first two options go down, he becomes a playable wide receiver in fantasy every single week. But George, the problem with Boyd is that, is he a flex option? Is he a wide receiver 3 on any given week when the other two wide receivers are playing?
This probably comes down to what size league you're playing in. A 10-team league, no. 12-team league, probably borderline flex on some weeks. Anything deeper, that's a definite no here. I probably would not want him starting for me. I don't mind having him on my roster, mind you, mainly for what you said. All right, he covers you. In case Higgins and Chase get hurt, all of a sudden his value skyrockets if one of those guys goes down, right? Absolutely, because this is a good wide receiver. I think on most teams he'd probably be a 2. You mentioned there are a smattering of teams where he'd be a number 1. And I agree with you about Jacksonville. I just laugh because, and they paid Christian Kirk all that money, yet Tyler Boyd's still a better wide receiver than he is. That was nuts. And started the wide receiver dominant where they all wanted to get paid. If Kirk's getting this much amount of money, I want that much and more. So I think Tyler Boyd, it's sort of bad for him because he is a good wide receiver, but he's an afterthought on the team. The good news is He generally plays out of the slot. I mean, he's not going to see any kind of coverage. He'll probably be open all day long, but still, Burrow's eyes are going to Chase. Then they're going to Higgins. And then he might look at Tyler Boyd. So he's the third option on most routes there. He's not got too many design plays for him. So it's hard to see him having, he had to make big plays himself, really, to get that kind of fantasy day. So like I said, in most leagues, I would not want him starting for me unless we're talking bye weeks. I'm talking regular weeks, everyone's playing. Probably not for me, but I wouldn't mind having him on my bench at all.